Howdy everyone, my name is Avram Plager and welcome back to my Fusion 360 tutorials for CAD modeling. Today we'll be going over a subject that uses advanced sketches. So if you haven't watched my video on advanced sketches, please go back. I'll either link it in the description or I'll use the info box. If I haven't figured out how to use the info box, I'll link it in the description. But if you know how to use an info box, please put it in the comments. I'll try to my best to do that, but if not, I'll put it in the description. Okay, so today we'll be going over revolutions. Revolutions use a sketch and revolve that sketch along an axis, and I'll show you what I mean. So to begin, we'll do like we normally do and create a component. We'll make sure our parent is selected to our workspace, and we'll name this Revolve. We'll say OK. And now, instead of going through our Create toolbar, we can use these hotkeys here. You can create a sketch by clicking that icon there. And now we'll rotate around. And instead of selecting our usual XZ axis, we'll select our YZ axis. The reason for this is a revolve function usually revolves along a horizontal, our vertical axis, which is our Y axis. And so for that reason, we chose the YZ axis. So to begin, you'll use your line function. Again, this is an advanced feature, and if you haven't watched my advanced sketches tutorial, please go back and watch that now before continuing on. So we'll go to our 100mm logo, and we'll go here. We'll go out about 15mm at horizontally. Now we'll go down about 10mm, and we'll go up. And if you click your tab key on your keyboard, you can select between degrees and the length of the axis. So we'll select 60 degrees. And as you can see, it automatically switches to the midpoint of our line that we drew previously. And that's 10mm. So now we'll click our checkbox there. And we'll create a 3-point arc. We'll select our point here. Then we'll go down 2 spaces. We'll go out to the midpoint there and we'll get it roughly about how it looks like that. Now we'll create another line. We'll go down 2 spaces. We'll go up at 60 degrees to 10mm. Again, we'll create a 3-point arc. Clicking there. Down and at the midpoint and roughly looking like that. Now I'll create our final line. Again, going down 2 spaces, up at 60 degrees and 10mm. And again, we'll create our 3-point arc. Down 2 spaces and roughly about there. Now with that finalized, we can again create our line, except instead of making a downward angle and an angle at an angle, we'll just go over horizontally, go up to there, and then go back to our axis here. And then to finalize this, we'll go up to this first point here. Now as you can see, it finishes it off. We'll hit escape to exit our sketch feature. We'll select finish sketch. As you can see, if you rotate around, we have a face here. Now we can select our face, and again using the hotkeys here, we'll select Revolve, and you'll see it opens up our Revolve dialog. We have a few sections here: Profile, Axis, Type, Direction, and Operation. This time we'll be using all of these operations in this tutorial. As you can see, it's already selected our profile, which is our face here. Our axis we'll select, instead of selecting the Y axis, to be more precise, we'll select the back edge of our sketch here. As you can see, it automatically sets the sketch as a Revolve feature. With that sketch, you'll see we have a countersunk hole here, a cap here, and 3 fins on the edge. That's all derived from our sketch that we initially drew. And it's quick and easy. This can be used to create gaskets, nuts, bolts, almost any circular object. Revolve is a very quick and easy way to make that. With the angle feature selected, you can see we have a dialog box highlighted here. And we can set the angle that we want it to be. We can set it to be just 180 degrees. And we can also use the switch here to set the angle we want. This goes from either side of our sketch. And if we want it just to be full, a full angle, we can just select full here. As you can see, if you click here, you have 3 options that open up. You have angle, full, and 2. I'll show 2 in just a second, but for now, we'll select angle. And you see you have direction. You can set 2-sided, which you see you have 2 dialogues here, which you can set. You also have symmetric, which sets based on the sketch. It sets out 2 sketches, or 2 objects, that protrude from your sketch. Now we'll go to full, and we'll select new body since we already have it in our component. Now to show the next feature of your Revolve, we'll create a sketch. We'll go to our XZ plane, sorry. We'll make a rectangle. There. A 50 by 50. I will make another 50 by 50 by clicking that corner. And going out until both dialogues show 50 by 50. You can select Finish Sketch. And now we'll select this sketch by going into our dialogue here, opening Sketches, and clicking Sketch 2. Our Sketch 1 is the sketch we set up for our first Revolve. Our Sketch 2 is the sketch we just drew. Now with that sketch selected, we can go to our hotkeys here and select Extrude. With our profiles, we'll select this sketch and this sketch. You don't have to shift click because it'll automatically select both sketches. And now we can draw this up just to about 90 millimeters. It really doesn't matter, but I choose 90 millimeters because it gives us enough to work with. We won't edit anything here, and we'll say OK. Now you can see we have 2 perpendicular faces and 2 cubes. Now we'll create a sketch, and instead of using our normal planes here, you can see we can highlight our faces, and it creates a sketch plane on top of the faces. So we'll select this face here, and now we'll create a sketch. We'll take our line feature, and we really don't have to change into a different feature. We'll scroll in to get more refined snap features. We'll go out about 2 boxes, click on there and go down, then go out to there. It really doesn't matter what exactly you do, but I'm just showing this as an example. So I'm not doing it anything exact. But I'm showing you sort of how this feature would work. Using your middle mouse button while you're in a sketch, you can pan down and sort to other features. Scrolling back on your scroll wheel scrolls in, and scrolling forward scrolls out. Now we'll go down. We'll go ahead and angle to finish that off. As you can see, we have a face set up here. And just to make sure we're filled off, we'll select our first 2 points to finish that off. We'll press Escape to exit out of our sketch. We'll say Finish Sketch. Now you can see we have 2 faces on our initial face here. We have the sketch that we made and the hole that it created. Now select our face here. Make sure not to double click, because if you double click, it'll set the whole object. So just single click on that sketch, click our hotkey to revolve. You can see as we did initially, our profile is already selected, and now I just need to select our axis. You need to make sure that you select the initial back axis of our sketch, and it'll create an off feature that we don't want for now. So we'll go to our type and we'll select 2. With our 2 feature, we can select initial faces that we want. So we'll select to that, and you can see it creates the revolve from the sketch that we made right to the face there. If we were to select angle, and we were to select the axis, the y-axis here, it would create a very large sketch around that y-axis. So we'll need to make sure to select our back axis of our sketch here, select 2, and select our face here. This is great if you're creating mechanical designs and you need the components to be connected, but very discreetly, or if you need them connected in a certain way to hold a certain object. You can use the Revolve feature to easily create a connection point between those two objects. As you can see, it has it set to 2 sides because it's on 2 sides of our object. And we'll select join because there's no other feature that we can actually make. We'll select OK, and now you can see what it's set up. Is our sketch has extruded into a Revolve feature, and it's connected our 2 cubes that we initially set. Our top face is all one side, connected by our top face of our sketch here. And that's mostly what you can use the Revolve feature for. As you can see, there are infinite ways to use all of your features, but these are just 2 of the main examples of how to use it. Thank you for watching, and I just want to specify only 30% of the people watching my videos are subscribed, so please make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a video. Thank you for watching, make sure you like and subscribe, and have a good day.